Okay, so let's take a look at the questions. Number 1, have you ever filled out an application form? So filled out is the phrasal verb, and we can put an application form after the phrasal verb, as you can see here, or we can put it in between the phrasal verb. So, excuse me. I'm pretty sure everyone has filled out an application form. You had to do it for this English class. So we can say, yes, I have. I filled one out. So actually, let me explain real quick. In this case, we would say we filled one out instead of filled it out because, oops, sorry about that. Let me zoom back out. Okay, so it's not a specific application form that we are looking at in front of us right now. We are just talking about an experience that we had filling out any application form. So it actually, so we actually need to say one instead of it. I think we might have learned the difference between using it and one and others and another in one of the units. I can't remember which one, but it makes more sense to use one in this case. So again, I hope that wasn't too confusing, but again, you can say, yes, I have. I filled one out last spring at CPAX. So we use one in between filled out. Okay. Yes, I have. I filled one out last spring at CPAX. Okay, or at CPAX last spring. So you can change the order of where and when. So at CPAX last spring, or last spring at CPAX. Or maybe you filled one out at Buford One Stop. Or maybe you filled one out online. And also, this is just a review from a previous unit, but keep in mind that when you answer present perfect sentences or questions, then the short answer is also present perfect tense. So, for example, yes, I have, or no, I haven't. But when you include an example from the past, then of course you have to use past tense. So, yes, I have. I filled one out. So as you can see, that's past tense. I filled one out last spring at Buford One Stop. Okay, let's keep going. Number 2. Did you put anything away last night? What was it? So you could say, I put away my children's textbooks last night because I know many of you are helping your children with their digital learning. So you can say, I put away, or my children and I put away their textbooks last night. Okay, and then number 3, is there someone you need to call back? Who? Maybe you could say, I need to call my sister back, or I need to call my parents back. Okay, and then number 4, what things do you want to throw away? You could say, I want to throw away some old books, or I want to throw away, what else is there? Some Amazon boxes. I have a lot of Amazon boxes because of my husband, but I want to throw them all away. Actually, not throw them away. I want to recycle them. That's what I do. I always cut the boxes and make them flat, and then I take them to a recycling center. Okay, and then number 5, what things do you turn on, off, or up? Okay, so there are some things that we saw in the activity here. We can turn up the heat and also turn down the heat. And we can also say AC. AC is air conditioning. So if you say turn up the AC or turn down the AC, then of course it's talking about the same thing, except instead of heating, we're talking about cooling. Okay, and then we can turn on the lights or turn off the lights. You can also turn on the TV, turn off the TV. You can turn on the stove, turn off the stove. And then when we talk about turn up, we can also say turn up the volume or turn down the volume. Like if it's too loud, then you can ask someone, please turn down the volume. Okay, I'll turn it down. Okay. And then finally, is there anything you need to clean up? What is it? So you might say, I need to clean up my room. I need to clean up my kitchen, or clean my kitchen up. Okay, so I'm sure you had or I'm sure you had a lot of different kinds of sentences. So I hope that was helpful. And we're going to move on to the next. Oh, actually, we're going to do a worksheet. So let me pull it up. Actually, I just use a phrasal verb, pull up. Let me pull it up. Okay, and what do you think it is referring to? Yeah, the worksheet. So let me pull up the worksheet, or let me pull it up. Wow, there's a lot. I forgot which one it was. It's this one. Okay. All right, so lesson C, phrasal verbs. It says, rewrite the sentences. Use pronouns. So number 1, Victor is going to throw out some papers. Okay, and some papers is plural, so we have to use the pronoun them. So Victor is going to throw them out. Okay, so take some time to complete numbers 2 through 6, and you can pause the video and continue when you're finished. Okay. Okay, so let's look at number 2 together. The teacher is handing out the homework. Okay, so we have to change the homework to the pronoun it. Okay, not change, but replace. So homework is singular. So again, we need to use it. So we can say, the teacher is handing it out. Okay, and then number 3, I am going to call my sister back. So we have to replace my sister with the pronoun her. Okay, so I am going to call her back. Okay, and then number 4, Alex is turning off the lights. So we need to replace the lights with them, because lights is plural. So we can say Alex is turning them off. And then number 5, we are going to clean up the kitchen. So the kitchen needs to be replaced with it. Okay, so we can say we are going to clean it up. Okay, and then finally number 6, can you please turn up the TV? And now in this case, we are not talking about turning on the TV. We are talking about turning the volume of the TV up, so making it louder. Okay, so we can say, can you please turn it up? Okay, so it replaces TV. Okay, so we are going to go down to the next activity, which is a matching activity. So let's look at the different phrasal verbs: call back, throw away, clean up, turn down, and fill out. So there are some phrases or some nouns here, noun phrases, and I want you to match the noun phrases with the phrasal verbs that you can use them with. Okay, so you can call back a friend, a relative, my husband, and the doctor. So take some time to match these phrases with the correct phrasal verbs. And again, pause the video and continue when you're finished. Okay, so I highlighted the phrases that are already used. So let's look at number 2, throw away. Okay, And so instead of typing everything, I'm going to just highlight the ones that apply. So number 2, throw away. We can throw away a broken cup, old newspapers, old shoes, and also throw away trash. Oh no, let me undo that. Okay, so one more time. Trash. Okay, and then we can clean up the classroom, the house, the kitchen, and the lunchroom. Okay, and we can turn down the heat, the music, the TV, and the volume. And then finally, we can fill out a form. Oop, not a friend. Oops, that one got double highlighted. Okay, let's try that again. We can fill out a form, a job application, a survey, and a work order. Okay, now let me make a comment about turn down. So when we are talking about something that is too bright or too loud or too hot, then of course we use turn down to lower the degree of something, to lower the or increase. So increase or decrease the intensity or degree of something. But you can also use turn down when you mean reject. So there are actually two meanings for turn down. Some of you might have said turn down a job application, and that's okay too. But it's actually a little bit better to say turn down a job applicant, like the person who applies for the job. So you can say turn down a job applicant, or turn down an offer, like a job offer. Turn down means to reject as well. Okay? And then let's look at exercise C. Okay? Complete the sentences using a phrasal verb and a pronoun. Okay? So let's look at number 1 together. You don't need the dictionary. Please put it away. So it refers to the dictionary. Of course, you put it in between the phrasal verb. Please put it away. Okay? So go ahead and complete, or actually, you know what? For this one, let's do this together. I'm going to pause in between each, or not in between. I'm going to pause after each sentence so that you can practice verbally, and you can write it down if you want to as well, but there might not be enough time to write it. Okay, so number 2, the kitchen is dirty. Please. Okay, I hope you said, oop, is it working? Okay, no, let's try that again. Okay, for some reason, it's not working. Let me try that one more time. There we go. Okay, so please clean it up. Okay, now the period's already here. Okay, and then number 3, the TV is too loud. Please. Okay, yeah, turn it down. Your brother called this morning. Please. Okay, we should say call him back. Number 5, you don't need these old shoes. Please. Okay, yeah, throw them away. And then finally, here is the application. Please fill it out. Okay, so I hope you got all of those correct. Now we're going to go back to our textbook. Oops, I hope you can see that. Okay, yeah. So textbook. So now we're going to look at lesson D, reading. So go ahead and look at page 102. And before we listen to the article, I want you to just look at the questions here, and before you read, we're going to go over these very quickly. How many dates are in the reading? So if you just look, you can just glance. Glance means look quickly. You can see 5 dates, okay? And it says, what are they? So the dates are Monday, September 29th, Thursday, September 25th, Wednesday, September 24th, Tuesday, September 16th, and Monday, September 13th. Or is that, no, I'm sorry, my eyes are so bad. Monday, September 15th. Okay, so I zoomed in, and you can see that these dates don't go in order. They go in reverse, and the dates skip around. So the first date we see is Monday, September 15th, and the most recent date we see is Monday, September 29th. Okay, and if you look at the title, it says Eden's blog. So what is a blog anyway? That's number 3. What is a blog? Have you ever seen one? So a blog is actually short for web log. So web, of course, as you know, is the internet. It's another name for the internet. And log, L-O-G, is a record. Log means like a type of record. So if we say web log, then it's a record on the internet. Basically, it is an online journal or online diary. So when you write a journal or a diary, you record things that happened in your day. So it's a record of your day. Especially online blogs, you can see the most recent event or most recent post at the top. Just like Facebook and Instagram, the most recent posts are at the top or the first thing you see. So let's look at number 2. What is the reading about? Okay, so if you just glance at each post, you can see that the reading is about a job interview or a job search process. Okay, so I'm going to play the article, and you can follow along as you listen. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay, and of course you can follow along in your book. Okay, here we go.
Page 102. Exercise 2.
Eden's blog. Monday, 9/29. I had my interview today. I gave the interviewer a big smile and a firm handshake. I answered her questions with confidence. I'll let you know if I get the job. Thursday, 9:25. Great news! One of the companies from the job fair finally called me back. I've been preparing for the job interview all day. I'm really excited. I'm going to have a practice interview with some classmates today. That will prepare me for the real one.
I think it would have been better if the
Wednesday,
listening
9:24.
or the person
I've
in
been
the
feeling
audio clip
depressed
read
about
the
job search lately. But my
the
counselor
journal
at
or the
school
blog
told me I
starting
shouldn't
from the
give up.
first date,
He
but
said I need to
she
be
read it
patient.
starting from the most recent date, so
Today,
it was a
I
little strange, but
organized
that's
my
okay.
papers.
It's
I made
just to
lists of
help
the
you
places I had
practice
applied
listening
to and the
to
people
other
I
English
had talked
speakers
to.
than just
I
me.
also
So
did some more
we're gonna go
research
ahead and move on
online.
to the next page, but this is the end of our
Tuesday,
part 2 video. So go
9:16.
ahead and go to part 3.
Today, I went to a job fair.